Hi, Linda Sessions here, and welcome to Business Communications. This is an 8-week course where we look at different aspects of business communications. Now, there is a lot of great information in the e-text, so we will be looking at that, and lots of quizzes, lots of tests. There's going to be discussion boards. On the discussion boards, don't overthink them. I want to know your thoughts. And then I want you to respond to a classmate's thoughts, but just don't overthink them. There's also going to be a project that you're going to need to do. You're going to get the information. I think it's in week 6, and it's going to be due in week 7. So it'll be fine. The main thing is reading, and there's going to be some reading that you're going to have to be doing in order to be able to take the quizzes. So, little bit about me. As you can tell, I like ducks. Why do I like ducks so much? When you see a duck on a pond floating around, here's one of my little ducks here, they look so calm and serene, and they're just floating around in the pond or in the lake or down the stream. What you don't see is what's happening under the water. Their little feet are paddling like crazy. Even if they're staying in one place, they're paddling. If they weren't, they would all be plastered against the shore or up against the shoreline. And, sorry, my cat just moved my microphone for me. But makes me think about how life treats people. Life batters us, and it sends us to and fro, and we are always moving to keep up with life. And some of us are having to move a lot faster and scrambling a lot more than others, and some days are a lot rougher. We're having to paddle a lot more just to keep an even keel. So when I meet people and I see somebody, I want to do something to make their life a little bit easier, to bring a little bit of sunshine into their day. And I do that with my ducks. I guess they're all over here. I literally have them everywhere. But when I give somebody a duck, it usually makes them smile. And so I know I've made a difference, just a teeny bit of a difference. My earrings. In their day. I've made them smile. And smiling helps you to feel a little bit better. So hopefully when you think of ducks, you think of me. It makes you smile, and it lets you know that I am here for you. I'm your instructor, but I am here for you. If you need any help with study habits, study skills, feeling overwhelmed with your classes, reach out, let me know. I mentor the nursing students, and so I have some different tips and things that I work with them with to help them be successful, and I am more than happy to work with you as well. But that's why I do ducks. They make me smile, and I am able to make other people smile as well. So that's the story about me and ducks. A little bit more than you probably wanted to know about me. But as you can tell by the other things in my background, I have discovered 3D printing. Got 3D printers this summer, and or over Christmas, I guess it was. And I've had a lot of fun learning, and that's one of my new hobbies, is learning how to make things, objects that I see in my mind, and how can I transform them into my 3D printer. So having lots of fun with that. I also get to work with you, the students, online. So let's get into the class, because that's what you're interested in, right? So let's get into the class. So here in the business class, right here at the very beginning, you've got the Start Here folder. So you want to look at that first. This is a lot of basic information on the class, especially if you're new to WSU Tech. Here is the instructor welcome, tips for the success, and the course syllabus. Now, right now, the course syllabus is not published for you. I am hoping that it's published by Monday. I am waiting for it to get its final approval. As you can see, I have it here. It's just waiting. for somebody else to look at it and say, hey, it's okay. But once you have access to that, then you'll have access to all sorts of information about the class. Reach out if you have questions. I'm always here, but all of the assignments are listed in here. And we're going to talk a little bit about the week 1 assignments. One thing, I don't like late work. I want you to turn the assignments in on time. I do realize, though, that sometimes life happens. If you find that you are going to be late with an assignment, you need to let me know at least 24 hours in advance. Let me know what's going on. Please don't send me an email and say, I didn't get the work done for your class because I was working on somebody else's class. My class is just as important. So please plan your time accordingly to get it done. As I said, I know sometimes life happens, emergencies happen. I'm more than willing to work with you on a case-by-case basis, but let's not make that the norm. Make that the exception. Watch the due dates and get the assignments completed. Everything in class is open. I am not... Well, it's fine with me if you want to work ahead in class. Just make sure you get the week's work done before you start working ahead on anything. So, that being said, up here I've got these cookies. I'm going to come back here to the modules. We've got our Start Here folder. I'm in the instructor view. So there's some things here that you don't see. But one thing that is here is the e-textbook link. You will be doing a lot of reading with this class. So here's how to log into Cengage. Again, how to be a successful student. If you have difficulties logging into the class in Cengage, please reach out and let me know as quickly as possible, because you need that information in order to take the quizzes. There's some appendix here. The very first week of class is coming up. It's going to start the 21st. You do have access to the class beginning the week before. There's a checklist each week that goes over the class, what you can expect, the learning outcomes, and then all the assignments are listed as well. Go back to the modules. You have that in each class each week. During this first week, you have a discussion board. Now, the discussion boards are due on Saturday nights. Try to post early because I want you to post to another students. This first week on the discussion board, I'm going to select it. You're going to see the discussion board first. You will not be able to see anybody else's replies or their postings until you post. I want to know how you like to correspond with people, and I want to know a little bit about you. So here's some information about postings. Use 30 to 50 words in your post. Don't just copy from AI. I want to know your thoughts, your ideas. And again, be respectful when you post. There's going to be different questions. There's going to be one each week, and the discussion boards are all due on Saturday night. They are worth 15 points. If you only have your posting, you are only going to get 12 points. So you need to make sure that you respond to another student. When you respond to another student, I want it to be more than just, I agree, or that sounds good. Put some thought into it. Hey, I like that idea. This is what I would do in that situation. Use evidence, use examples, something from your own life. So use complete sentences. Do not use lowercase i's. Don't use texting. Use business English. You will get marked off again in a discussion post if it's not business English. This is a business communication class, so use those skills. So you're going to hit this reply to post your thoughts. Once you've posted it, you can, when you go back into the discussion board, you will see other students' replies. So if you post early in the week, then you're other students are going to be able to reply so they can go back and get their full points. So those are the discussion boards. There's going to be one each week. Discussion boards are always due on Saturday night. This week we also have the grammar and mechanics. There is a section that you can go in and read to help you kind of remember, okay, what is a verb? What's an adverb? How do I do all these things? And there is actually a tutorial if you want to go through it before you take the actual pre-course diagnostic. It's not required. You can do this pre-course diagnostic 3 times. The highest score is going to count. You do have to be access to the textbook before you can do this. So make sure that you reach out and ask questions. So I'm going to click on this, click to open up your Cengage content, and then it's going to have questions. This will take you maybe 45 minutes, maybe less, depends upon where you're at. So here you can see, test your knowledge on sentences and compound sentences. So I'm going to select on that. And here are my questions. So I'm going to read the question and identify the correctly written compound sentences. Check all that apply. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to check the ones, and I'm just checking some. I'm not reading them right now. Then what is a compound sentence? Well, which one of these is compound? Which of the sentence below are correctly constructed? Choose all that apply. I'm just going to select a few. Consider the following sentence fragment. Since very few people were aware of the merger, so which is the best option for correcting it? So I'm going to, very few people were aware of the merger, so I'm going to choose that one. So now I'm going to I think I want to grade it now. If I choose grade it now, I can come back here, and now I've actually graded it, test my knowledge, and it lets me know which one I did wrong. And it gives me an explanation on why I did it wrong. So it gives me an idea of where I was at. Now, if I'm not happy with that, so you can see I got 2.9 out of 4. See, there's 3 options right here. I can come down here at the bottom and I can try another version. Now the sentences are different this time. It's not going to be the same questions. Identify the correctly written compound sentences. The questions are the same, the answers are going to be different. So I can go through, maybe pay a little more attention to what I'm doing. Some of the questions are a little bit different, but I can do all this and I can grade it now. And, well, now I got a 1.2. So I'm probably going to want to do it a 3rd time. After 3 times, that highest score is going to be is what's going to be kept. But you can see you're always going to have this little blue box that's going to explain to you why you got that wrong. So that is the grammar and mechanics pre-course diagnostic. That is part of week 1. It is due the 26th, so it's going to be due Sunday night. Most of the assignments are going to be due either Saturday or Sunday. I am aware that a lot of you work, so I have some due Saturday because I have to enter attendance on Sunday. And I'm not going to stay up till midnight on Sunday to enter attendance. So, but I do have to enter attendance on Sunday evenings. That's why I have assignments due on Saturday. So the discussion boards are always going to be due on Saturday. You can see here also due on Saturday is this question. This is just, why does communicating character matter to me? And again, there are like 3 scenarios that are talked about, and it just wants to know your thoughts on those scenarios. It's not going to take you very long to answer those 3 questions. It's worth 3 points. I'm sorry, my cat is helping me with all of this. She's driving me crazy. Then we have chapter 1. When you go into the chapters, you always want to go into the chapter, click to open the content, and you always want to review the chapter. I hate busy work. I'm not going to assign busy work. Everything that I assign in here, I have a reason for. So here is the chapter. I know not everyone likes ebooks, but that's the way this course is set up. Here is the assignment. Here's the chapter. You don't need to do any of the assignments listed in the chapter. You can if you want to, but you don't. They're not required. I'm going to click on this arrow right here, and it's going to take me to the learning objectives. You always want to read the learning objectives. What am I going to learn this chapter? And maybe look at, identify factors during the character check step of the communication model. Well, what is the communication model? Maybe that's something that I need to find out about. So write down on a piece of paper, what's the communication model? Maybe that's something you need to go back and check. So take notes as you're looking at your chapter. There's always going to be a section here where it's going to have an article about a real world situation where the concepts in that chapter are being talked about. You want to pay attention to anything that's highlighted, something that's in another color. You can click on that and you can get the definition of it. Here's a blog if you want to get some other additional information, which is why I like ebooks. But you just kind of want to take and go through each page, and here's the value of proficient communication skills, and just kind of review the chapter. Pay attention to the tables in the chapters. Spend at least 15-20 minutes or more looking at the chapters, seeing what's going on. Here is how communication happens. Once you've gone through the chapters, here's a communication model. You're asking from the objectives, what's the communication model? Here it is. Once you've looked through the chapter, what I like about these chapters is you've got the introduction. Here's the chapter closing. I think it actually has a chapter review, a character check, just some other information about the chapter. So you can always go back in and look and see what happened in the chapter at the end of the chapter, which is awesome. So back in the module in Canvas, to the right module here, you'll notice after the chapter there are some flashcards. The flashcards are there for you just to help you pay attention and learn some about the keywords. So they are there for you just as a help. Then we have a Learn It quiz, Apply It quiz, and a Practice quiz. Those are all here in Chapter 1. They are all due the 26th, which is Sunday. All of the quizzes are open book. You can only take them one time, but they are open book. They are, you can use the internet if you need to. It's going to take you a little more time if you have to look up each answer, though. That's why I say review the textbook first. So just to save you some time, but they are open book. So that is week 1. So it's going to take you maybe 4 to 5 hours to do all of this. But remember, for every hour of class, you need to count on at least 2 to 3 additional hours outside of class to do your homework. So this is a 3 credit hour class. So you've already 3 hours during the week. So you should plan on an additional 6 to 12 hours outside of class to finish this classwork. And it shouldn't take you 12 hours to do all of this work unless you're a really slow reader. You will need access to a computer. Don't wait until Saturday to start working on stuff. You'll be able to get the discussion board done and some of the assignments done, and you've got Sunday. I know a lot of you have Saturday and Sunday, but don't put it off. Start working early in the week and get stuff done. That way, if you have questions, you can reach out and ask them. Again, the class is open if you want to work ahead, but finish the previous modules assignments before you start working ahead. I am here for you. If you ever have any questions, that's my job. So reach out, ask questions. I hope you learned some new things about business communications this semester. I look forward to getting to know you. And hey, have a good day. Bye.